Hi everyone, I hope you can see me okay. I'm here today to talk to you about this book, which is almost out in the shops for you to buy. And I don't normally do this, but I thought it was such an exciting book that it's something I want to share with our whole community. So there's a new book coming out onto the market called Modern CosmEthics, Ingredients of Natural Origin, a Scientific Review. And I think it's worth every formulator investing in a copy, to be honest, which is what I'm going to talk to you about today in this live stream. So I'm Lorraine, I'm from Formula Botanica, and we are the online award-winning organic cosmetic science school. So we teach online courses in organic skincare and hair care formulation, and hopefully at some point in the future, makeup as well. So the one thing our students need more than anything is a good research book. And that's really what this is going to be for our students, hopefully. So we were approached by the authors of this book quite a few months ago already, and they wanted to tell us about it because it's going to be published on the 15th of November. And they said, we think this is of interest to your students. And now that we've seen it, we completely agree. So they're a research team over in Slovenia, and they actually published this book originally in 2015 in Slovenian, which is probably why you haven't heard of it. So apart from our Slovenian followers who are undoubtedly quite familiar with it already. So the good news is that it's now been translated into English, which means that you can now get a copy as well, and that you can use this research book in order to find out what all the different ingredients in your formulations can do for you. So we see a lot with our students that, they come and study with us, they come and learn how to formulate, and they then want to find the ingredients that mean something to them, that are of relevance to them. But there is such an enormous world of ingredients out there, as I'm sure you know, if you are a formulator, that it can be quite overwhelming at times, which is why we often end up referring to research books. You can probably see quite a few on the shelf there behind me. I have a whole library, but I have to say there aren't really that many good books out there on the market that comprehensively cover cosmetic ingredients and really tell you how they work. Invariably, when you buy a book about cosmetic ingredients, particularly ones of botanical and natural origin, you'll generally be told about folklore, which is all great, and I think a lot of us really subscribe to that, but sometimes you want that scientific background as well. You want to know that your ingredient is going to work. You want to see that someone's actually tested it out. And that's what these guys have done. So I'm just going to read out what they said. Their main objective of the book was to collect high quality information regarding cosmetic ingredients of natural origin and raise awareness about natural cosmetics to a higher level, which is also what Formula Botanica is doing, which is why this is such a good match. So I wanted to tell you a bit more about the book. So let's open it up and I can tell you a bit more about the contents, because I've been through it quite extensively already and I really like it. I think it's very well put together and it's also beautifully illustrated. There's some fantastic pictures in here as well, which is probably not the most important thing, but I always think that makes a book look really good. So it basically covers ingredients and it goes through vegetable butters and oils, emollients, occlusives, emulsifiers, surfactants, thickeners, moisturizers, humectants, acids, antioxidants, vitamins, and lots of active ingredients, which is of course what our community, what our formulators and students want to work with. So the biggest part of the book really goes to the vegetable oils and butters section. And you can see here what that looks like. So I've pulled it up on broccoli and buriti oil. And the great thing is that each oil basically gets its own description. You have the INCI name, you have information about the ingredient itself, the composition of the oils and butters, which is very important because there are some really good oil books out there on the market, but they often get it wrong in terms of the composition. And then it tells you how you can use the ingredient. And I think that's particularly important because that's something I see missing from a lot of cosmetic ingredient books. And let me just pull this up. I didn't label this particular page, but the thing that I really love is at the end of each chapter, it comes with pages and pages of scientific references. So if you want more information about an ingredient, then you can find out more about it, which is what makes that so powerful, because you're not just relying on folklore and things that have been passed down through generations. You've actually got you've got pages and pages of scientific references in here, which you can go and refer back to if you want even more in-depth information about that ingredient. Then later on in the book, the second largest component is really about the high performance actives. So what happens there is that the book then covers, let me just pull up an example, resveratrol. I was picking grapes last weekend, so this is a good one. It covers the active ingredient itself, together with where it's come from, its characteristics, and again, its mechanism of action. And, you know, there's several hundred pages of active ingredients in here, broken down by different categories. So we've got ingredients for, I'll just open it up again, for toning, for antimicrobial activity, for anti-inflammatory activity, improving skin circulation, skin lightening, self-tanning, and hormonal activity. And so it's very comprehensive in that respect. And as you can see, it's a pretty thick book. So I'm giving this a big thumbs up, actually, because I think it's worthwhile for a formulator to invest in a book like this. There are several others on the market, but I think this one definitely belongs in your collection if you haven't pre-ordered it already. So the good news is that it's open for pre-order right now until the 15th of November. The book will cost €120. It's currently on pre-order sale for €100, but if you use the code that we've put under or above this live stream, which is FORBOT in all caps, FORBOT, then you'll get an additional discount and you'll only pay €90. So I think it's definitely worthwhile investing in this. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it when you buy it. And yeah, particularly our students, you know, it's worthwhile having good reference books in your cupboards that you can go and have a look at when you're looking at ingredients that you want to use in your formulations. So I look forward to hearing from you. Tell me more about what you think of this book, and good luck with your formulations. Leave me a comment below and tell me what your favorite reference books are, because I'd love to hear. Thanks. Bye.